Well, hello, Faye. I'm so
Hello, Jillian.
happy to gather with you here.
Me too.
Brings me
So full of
joy.
joy.
Yeah. Cheers to us. What are you drinking today?
Cheers. I'm having an English Earl Grey tea.
Oh, it seems
How
very
about you?
appropriate for you.
Very appropriate. How about you?
Mine is actually one for cleansing.
Oh, is it?
Maybe too much wine these days. It has nettle and peppermint. Yeah, it's quite delicious.
Oh, very healthy. Cheers.
Mhm. Cheers to us. So I
Hmm.
was pretty excited. So Faye, I know from our Wild Sister Tribe group that I have, and Faye is one of my sisters, and I call all my women in my life my sisters. And Faye was telling me about her new book that she published, and I was so excited because it was about what love notes to the soul, and I'm like, shut it, creativity and soul. I'm in. Tell me about it. And then we were talking about, oh, maybe we should do an interview. And I'm like, well, I've never done an interview on my podcast. It sounds so official and serious. How about we have a conversation? I can do that. So yeah, Faye, yeah, you do everything. You're a teacher for grade 6 elementary school this year. Well, you've done all classes or all age groups, and you do yoga, you're a healer, you're an energy worker, like shut it, my kind of gal. And now you are a published author. That is amazing. Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jillian.
Yeah. Maybe tell me like what led you through to this journey, I guess. I don't know.
Um, well, I never anticipated writing a book. I didn't think I would ever share my love notes to anyone ever, and I haven't until this moment. So this is all very new to me. But it happened. I was in my basement
Mhm.
and I was going through some things, and then I came across my journals.
Yeah.
And I've got them all here. I've got
See.
stacks and stacks. I've got hundreds and hundreds of them. These are just a few, but they are filled to the brim, Jillian,
When
with
did you start
poetry.
writing? Like,
I
to have
start
100 of hundreds.
Oh, in each book, there's probably 100, and I'm going to share them all. Um, but I started writing in this manner 11 years ago.
Wow. Mm.
I've always written, but my writing changed 11 years ago when I was going through. My, Everyone has that point where they start healing
Their
or have
turning
gone through
point, as I
something
call it.
super traumatic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was there that, and I explain in my book, it's there where I met my soul. And then it was her voice that was coming through on the pages, and
Oh,
it's poetic and it flew out of me. It wasn't something that, you sit down to write. It was, I, I try, and that's what I say. I try to explain these things in human words, but it's a feeling. And so the poetry changed from just writing about my experiences in life and travels
mhm.
to a channel for healing, my healing at the
Oh,
time. And so these notes are love notes from my soul, and we would communicate this way, and I would write every day, and so journals upon journals, and I had never read them again. Like I
wow.
write and then I put it away, and then I
It's a
continue my
form of
day.
releasing for you. So,
Yeah.
well, it actually made me think about, so I wrote it down because I saw you post it and it really connected to me. And you
Mm,
wrote, "My heart feels millions of things and expands in a millions ways. And I wish to express, but I'm limited to my humanness." And I find that's what creativity does. A lot of times we don't know what we're processing. We don't know what we need to heal. We don't know what's making us react to certain things in life or and I find creativity is one of the quickest ways as a gateway to your soul. So if
mm,
it's as simple as coloring, or is it creating pottery? Is it knitting? Is it cooking? And just
mm.
getting out of your head and into your soul. And this is a way your soul can speak to you.
Yes, that's the
Yeah.
way that you hear it.
And you just started writing because your soul, you knew there was a part of you that knew that I needed to express myself. I needed to get
That's
this
the way
out
I.
of me.
Mhm.
Oh, it just gives
And
me
yeah, and
chills.
yes, I have them too, speaking about it. And so when I was in my basement and I'm reading with new eyes, because you've changed over 11 years of healed, I just started crying.
Yeah.
And I've got goosebumps speaking about it. But there's this overwhelming sense of I knew they were love notes from my soul, and now these notes needed to be shared with others that are going through something, because they might not have this voice, and I had that voice. And so that's how the book came to be. And I collected them all and I brought them up to my art room and got a laptop the next day, because I'm not techie or anything. So I don't have laptops and tablets and all these things. Went to the Apple store. They're like, well, what do you need it for? I said, I'm writing a book.
I love it. I love
And
it.
so, yeah, I sat down and wrote, and I didn't stop.
Wow,
I
that's
didn't stop.
amazing.
Mhm.
And I found that that's so powerful. You feeling called to share your love notes to help others. And I'm a big believer of this. So in our circles, and you've been to a couple of my circles, and we do a share. We pass the rattle or talking stick, and sisters will share their truth. And we just hold space. We're not here to give our opinion or judge or anything. We just hold space for someone to share their truth. And a lot
Mm.
of times, some sisters will pass the rattle. They don't want to share anything, but they don't need to, because the other sisters who use their voice are helping heal the other sisters. They're giving a voice to the sisters who don't have a voice. You know,
Mhm.
it creates
Mhm.
space for them to say, oh, yes, I
Yeah.
needed to hear that. Yes, I can do that. Yes, thank you for moving
Yeah.
that energy through me. It's so
Yeah.
powerful. Words are your magic wand, I say. They can change your world. Yeah.
I I completely agree with that. I do.
Yeah, so you are on to a beautiful journey for so
Mhm.
many. I can't, I feel like I'm part of this journey. It's
Mhm, you
wonderful. And I'm
are.
already
We
feeling I'm
all are,
feeling
yeah.
inspired by you, and I'm excited. You know, I have some creative endeavors that I want to give birth to. I'm like, oh yeah, I can do this. Faye has
Yes, you
paved
can
the
do this.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what we came here on this earth to do. We didn't come here to sit and not express. We came here to create our reality, our world. We came here to be ourselves, unearth those unique gifts that we have and share them.
Yes.
I feel like that's our whole purpose.
It
We
really
didn't come
is.
here to like remain small and cookie cutter and fit in. No, we came here to stand out and give your gift to the world, whatever that may be. Whether it's you're a cook and you share your beautiful food, um, uh, you create pottery, you write stories, you hold sister circles. Whatever you do that makes you unique, that's your gift, and that's your gift to the world.
Yes.
And I think, yes,
It's meant to be
creativity is
expressed just
everything.
like energy. Energy is not meant to be repressed and held in. It's meant to
Oh,
be
no.
moving. Look at life,
And
it's
it's a
cyclical and moving, and that's how I feel so many people struggle because they hold on to their self-expression. And
mm,
creativity, even using your voice. So speaking
mm,
truth is a form of creativity, and like singing even or screaming, whatever. Those are forms of creativity. It's expression of self.
expression.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love that.
You're
Actually, it makes me
lovely.
think of this one. This is from Creatrix, She Who Makes, from Lucy Pierce. I just started reading it because I'm really diving more into my creativity. As you know, I like to
Mm,
needle felt, but I'm also writing, and I'm always writing things for my website. But you know, I just
yeah,
love to express myself. I
yeah.
get really excited. But this reminds me of what we're talking about. So creativity is not just about an end result. Creativity is a process itself, a way of thinking and problem solving outside of the box.
Yeah,
So you can walk on a path or walk through the hedge. There's two different ways of looking. And I think that's the beauty of art, that it makes you step aside and discover a whole new way of looking. So it gets you unstuck. It's
it
funny, I
does.
I was talking to someone just yesterday who unfortunately she got laid off. And I said, "Oh, what do you feel called to do?" And she's like, bead. I'm like, that's fascinating. She
Yeah.
felt called to do something creative. No, that's not her job
Mm,
in the real world, in the mundane world. But she's like, "I don't know what to do, but I feel called to bead." And her soul's telling her, "It'll help you step aside and look at it in a different way."
yes.
Wow.
And that's what creativity does, because the act of creating pulls you away from your mind and your mind's chatter so that you can hear your soul and your soul's voice and your heart. That's all. That's all. And then from there, you listen and you listen deep, and then all that you need to know
Mhm.
starts to come through.
It does. It's a gateway, it's a door opening.
Mm,
It's powerful. I get chills, and I feel as human beings, we like to overcomplicate things.
mm,
No, you don't have to overcomplicate. You just pause
mm.
and bead, like this
Yes.
lady was saying. She was
Another
like,
thing
yeah. Mhm.
I wonder, and I don't know if you have come across this with others and yourself, but we also get inhibited by the need to feel perfect or
Yes.
have it be perfect. What
Right.
we create be perfect, what we share to be perfect. And it's not that.
It's
We're
not the end result. It's the
yes,
process. It's
yeah,
an
it's the process.
unfolding. Yeah, the
Exactly.
unfolding.
Yeah, it's the unfolding of it all. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let it be messy. Let it be. You're going to make mistakes. You are human. We're not robotic.
No.
There's going to be little things
Your
that
grammar is not gonna be right, or
share.
like, that's humanness. Humanness is imperfect, and
Yes,
that's the juiciness of life.
yes, that's the juiciness. I love that. I love
Totally, I
that.
mean, get
Yeah,
messy, man.
yes, I like that.
Like
I love
I'm
that.
not wearing my hair curly and today, only because I didn't have time. But usually my hair is curly and wild, and I find it like you, it just expresses who I am.
Yeah,
This wild soul.
actually, that's funny you mentioned that because today I usually just I get up and my hair's done. And then today I was like, oh, I'm gonna see Jillian. I need to do my hair? And then I'm like,
It's
just
gorgeous, and
see
I'm sitting here
you. Just
thinking,
see
"Why I wish I left my hair curly," because I just love the curls. They just
next time.
represent us so well.
Mhm. I know, right? Just wild and free,
Yeah, yeah.
messy and juicy.
And juicy and vibrant. I love it.
um, I wrote in my book, I wrote a piece just about the beauty of art and poetry.
Oh, I love to
And I'd
hear it.
like to share it with you because it really expresses what you just mentioned about the way artists share their work as a form of expression. So I'm
Mm,
just going to read a little piece.
yes, please.
Um, I write, the beauty of poetry, like all the arts, is that when it is created from a soulful place, it can be moving. For I believe it is an energy of feeling in motion. It is emotive. It is emotion manifested, and when inspired and created from that soul place, it has the potential power to move your heart and touch your soul. The thing I feel about poetry and art is that the very essence of the creator is always preserved in its creation. It is the Greek word meraki that defines this well. So if you've ever heard of that word meraki, I don't know if you have, or if
No,
I'm even pronouncing it right, but
I haven't.
um, it's just about when you are an artist or a creatrix, a creator, a piece of you is put into that thing that you've created. And then when you share that thing, well, that's your gift to the world.
Oh, that is so beautiful and
Mm,
um, powerful. I'm a strong believer, it's important to bring our dreams, our thoughts, these ideas, and give it form. We are
mm,
here to bring it
mm,
into the here and now. It's our
mm.
power in manifesting and creating the lives of our dreams. If they're just floating around, they are not anchored into this human experience. So creativity is a way of anchoring our soul in
Yes.
the now,
Yeah.
and bringing that beauty, that light into the now.
Mm.
And when others read your beautiful words, or when someone looks at a beautiful painting, or they invite that energy into our homes, we're bringing that love, that soul essence into our homes in the
Mm.
now. That
Mm.
is the power of artists. They help to shift the energy of, it's a
Yeah.
ripple effect. So it's not just here, just for ourselves, it's a ripple effect. We're helping heal the world, and
Yeah.
we're
Oh,
here
I've
to
got goosebumps.
inspire the world. I mean, as a
Yeah.
feng shui teacher, it's so important what you have in your home, what words, they all hold an energy, what are they vibrating out? So what a gift you are to share your heart. I mean, it's not easy sharing your heart and soul. As I know, like I have a hard time needle felting and then sharing it, or even selling them, because I feel like, oh, it's just a piece of me and I don't want someone judging it, because that's who I am. But it's
Oh, that's
important.
massive.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that's
really
what I got
big.
from your beautiful poem. I just loved it. Chills.
Thank you. Thank you. Um, but yes, it's a piece of you and it's out. But I didn't even think about the judging until after.
Mhm. Mm.
Because in that moment, in that now, in that creation mode, I needed to share. I needed to get it. It was something bigger than me. So I've never experienced something so, oh, I would wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning and just write and just be in my art room for hours upon hours and not even know the time. And then it was only until I shared it with the world that I was like, uh-oh. Now the humanness
The
sets in,
humanness. That's
the
why it's hard to,
ego.
yeah, and that's why a lot of people don't tend to listen to that first nudge, because the first nudge, the first voice is your soul speaking, and your instant
Yes.
reaction is yes. And then when
Yeah.
you get that no, that's that human experience. And it's so
Yeah.
important to just jump in. Like, sir, when
Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
talking, and like, oh, do you do interviews? And I'm like, yes. And then I'm like, oh no. I'm like, no, I
No.
always find the most transformative times in my life were times when that soul just nudged me into discomfort.
Yeah. And that's and I know it's cliche now, but that is truly where you grow.
Yeah, it is. My biggest moments were my hardest moments,
Yeah.
and ones of biggest fear, when my fear has
Yeah.
rose, but I always
Yeah.
know that this is how I'm like, fear, it'll get easier next time. The first
Yeah.
time I did a group class, I was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I was crying, and
Yeah.
oh, I
Oh,
was so nervous. And then
same.
now, I've had groups of 80 over 100 people in some of my groups, and I'm still myself swearing, and I'm more comfortable. I still get the fear,
Yeah.
but it's not as strong, but it's always important
Yeah.
to listen to those soul
Yeah.
messages.
I find whenever you feel that fear, it's because of something external. It has nothing to do with
No,
your heart, because your soul doesn't judge you and your essence doesn't judge you. They just want you to be happy and share your beauty. Um, but the moment fear sets in, it's usually external and it's not soulful.
no.
And I always find comfort in coming back to my why.
Yes, I
Why
love
am I
that.
doing this?
Right.
Who is this for? And then it all goes away because I know why I'm doing this. I know who it's for. I know who it's going to to touch and help. And that's all that matters to me, nothing else in the world.
That's powerful.
Mhm.
Your soul doesn't judge. It only loves, and it trusts you. So lean
Mm,
into that.
mm,
I love that. I love that. And
mm,
then going and checking in with your why. Yeah, go back to your why. Why are you doing this?
mhm,
Well, because I love it and I was
mhm,
called to it.
mm.
That's all I need.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's all you need.
I powerful. Yeah, why do we let the external take the driver's seat? Yeah, of our lives. I do it even, and I have to
We
pause.
all do
What
it.
am I doing?
Yeah.
Enough. That's not my truth.
Mm.
Whose truth is this? Yeah, it's good to
Yeah.
check in that way. I love that.
I wonder when you said, whose truth is this? Is it the way we've been programmed,
Yeah,
you know? Because
absolutely.
since you're young, it's everything's kind of rewarded on what you do.
Yes.
Well, we need to come back to ourselves and think about it's self gratification. I've shared my heart. That's enough reward for me. I
Right.
don't need external validation. Although it's nice when someone sees your work and they tell you that it touched them or that they think it's beautiful. Like, that's amazing.
That brought me back to a memory, a childhood memory. Oh, my, make
Mm.
me a little weepy.
Mhm.
And so it was grade 1 because it was a French immersion school, and we were coloring. And I remember this because I only stayed there 1 year, so I know. I was a very sad child in that school, and my mom took me
Oh,
out, thankfully. But, I was coloring, and I was so excited, and I loved it. I thought it was so beautiful, it felt so good, and I took it up to my teacher, and she told me it wasn't enough. Go back and finish it. And then I'm like, "Oh," so that energy slipped away, and then I went back, and I did it more, and I thought, "Oh, this must be it." And then I went back and she said, "No, it's not enough." And in that moment, she turned off that where I could not be an artist. So all through junior high and high school, I had this yearning. I wanted to be an artist, but I'm like, I'm not an artist. I can't draw, I can't paint. So I never went to art class. So it's fascinating because I'm a very creative, expressive person,
yeah.
very textile. In my way I decorate, but also the way I dress, but also with my needle felting and knitting. And I'm very expressive. And then now I call myself an artist, but I'm 46
Good.
now. It took that long to heal that wound from grade 1. So
Oh,
I'm
I
so
am so.
grateful to have teachers like you,
Mm,
because you're right. We're unraveling, we're unpeeling, those layers that were put upon us. That was not
yeah,
my truth. When I was coloring, I was an artist. And then
yeah,
but you were young, and that's what
yeah,
happens. So we're still
yeah,
healing and peeling those layers of untruths.
yeah. Those little pieces. Thanks for sharing that.
Well, thank you for bringing it. Like, oh, wow, that was
Oh,
something I needed to hear, and I'm grateful for you. This has been a
mm,
powerful, soulful conversation.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Um, it just, yes, it just takes me back when I was, because I've done everything, taught everything from grade 4 to 12 and kindergarten the past 4 years. And the kindergartens, they are so proud of themselves in everything they do, and they want to show you. There's
yeah.
not a time where I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And call them an artist and call them an inventor and call them a creator, because those words, those labels, wow, they're powerful, even at such a young age.
Yeah,
You know,
it is. It
so I'm
is.
so sorry that was taken away from you, but look
Well,
at what you've come to
well,
show
and
through it.
that's right, and also I wanted to, because I know there's probably somebody who might be listening, "Oh my gosh, I've done that to our children," and I have to admit, I've done
Yeah.
that to my children, because out of that fear is still on me. I want them to fit in, so
Yes,
I want to offer people to forgive themselves for being human.
yes, yes, and I 100%, I love that you brought that up, because for people, because you don't want people to have guilt or
No,
shame,
no.
because and so how do you move them away from feeling that? Because as a parent, all you do is love your child. So to move away from that, I would just say, go back to your intent. What was your intent? Well, your intent was out of love.
Yeah.
And if your intent is out of love, then forgive yourself.
Forgive yourself. Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
gentle. Why are
Be
you so hard? Be
gentle.
gentle.
Yeah, and have those conversations, and I've had them
Yeah.
with my kids. I've made mistakes, and
Yeah.
um, I I'm learning and growing, and it's healthy for them to see that, oh,
Yeah.
okay, she's honoring
Yeah.
her mistakes too. But I just want to put that out there because I don't want anyone feeling guilty.
No, thank
I've
you.
done that to my own children too,
Yeah.
unfortunately, out of
And
programming.
that's what it is. And I talk about that in my book, in the third section about becoming. We need to let go of those programmed labels that we've been given, and just become unbound and become ourselves.
Yeah.
Um,
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's amazing. So I find that's the beauty of creativity. It's an unfolding and it helps us process even things that we forgot about. Like today, here we're having this conversation about creativity and brought up that memory of that
Yeah.
teacher, right?
Yeah.
And so it's powerful. And we're even talking about creativity is creativity.
Yeah, I know.
It's just amazing. I love it. So I thought, well, we'll end our conversation. I don't want to end it actually. You and I might just carry on forever after.
We can always do another
We might
on
have to do
another
another.
topic.
I love it. I love it. I can talk about this all day, but I would love to hear another poem from you. And first, let me
I
see
was
your cover. Not everyone's going to see it on my
okay.
podcast,
So
but
a lot because it's new, a lot of people have already got their copies.
I'm ordering
I
mine,
really, I'm
of
so
course.
looking forward to it. Um, well, I still haven't received my author copies because people have asked me to order some copies so I can sign them. So I've done that. Well, I'm still waiting on mine, but I do have my proof. So this is my proof copy and it says proof. So ignore that.
Lovely. But I
But
love it.
that's
It's beautiful.
and I designed it myself and I
Wow.
learned a lot graphic design wise. Wow, that's a whole niche of its own. That's hours upon
It's
hours of
not
reading.
easy.
No.
I know.
So yeah. So anyways, I'd love to read you.
Yes, please.
I would. There's two pieces that I would like to read, but I think I'll keep it down to one.
Well, how do you pick
Um,
which one?
I I I'm I just turned to a page, so
You're just allowing your soul to
that's
guide
how I
you. I
picked.
love it. That's how I like to live
Yeah,
randomly.
landing on pages.
It just works.
Oh, I like that. That's how I like to live. I just like to land on pages.
I love that.
Okay, moon paper pages. Um, okay, so this is a poem called And Beyond. If I could whisper one thing to you at this moment, I would say, surround yourself with that which brings you joy, sweet soul. Connect to that which lies within. Your pure essence has never left you. You came into this world with her, and she will never leave you, for your radiant soul loves you unconditionally. Life loves you. I've just got chills. It longs to sing, create, and dance and love with you. Through you and beyond. Connect, breathe, feel, and heal so that you can live a full life from the seat of your ever-present, forever loving soul.
Oh, and that's what happens when you don't plan and you trust and you receive the most beautiful message. And that is what we needed to hear. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was beautiful, Faye. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
sharing your heart and your
Thank
soul with
you.
us and me. I'm really grateful for you. I received so much healing from our conversation. Power in words. So much power in words.
Thank you,
Right.
Jillian.
Cheers to us, sister.
Cheers to you. Cheers to us.
Yes, blessed be.
Blessed be.
Okay, bye.
Bye.